Yay! I pressed the button. Hello, 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 everybody. And tonight it's all about the face.
Face.
Well, that was lame, guys. Let's try it again. Tonight's all about the face.
Face.
And we mean, of course, BASE, right? Mary Kay, new foundations. Woohoo! Let me get this out.
Ooh.
All right. I'm excited. My name is Kathy Viola, and I'm joined with my beautiful friends, Miss Sarah Maas, Carrie Kalin, and Julie Vilmanson. So, welcome, welcome, everyone. You're in for a treat tonight. Are you all excited about? Okay, I know you're muted, and I love you for being muted, but I want to show you something, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. So, hear my heart. Do you want this guy, or do you want that? Look at how pretty it looks next to it. It looks like you're getting a lot more too, doesn't it?
Tall and handsome.
Tall and handsome. Who said that? Yeah. Tall and handsome, slender, isn't it? Yeah, well, this one has a label, so it's kind of, but yeah. So, this guy's a little chunky.
He's all about that base.
I'm excited about just the look. And if you haven't, it doesn't matter. How many of you, just out of curiosity, have actually gone on to the Mary Kay Hub and been looking at all the things Mary Kay has been downloading about the new foundations? Okay, this is where, directors, you're looking at your unit go, make me proud, make me proud. All right, that's good. That's good. That's excellent. All right. Well, tonight we are going to be sharing why we love these fabulous foundations, but it's more than just the foundations. Have you seen these guys?
Yes.
Yeah. And I know Julie's like the crystal ball when it comes to selling, but Julie, I think these are going to sell out very quickly. What do you think?
Yes. Hold on. I have to excuse myself. There's something going on in my house.
Oh,
I'll be right
no.
back.
Goodbye. Okie dokie. We did not plan that, just so you know. But, that's the fun thing about being in Mary Kay. Okay, wait, hold
Got
on.
it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Thank you very much. Never know what to expect, okay? And that's the thing. You got to learn to think on your feet, right? So it's so great to see you guys. Happy May. You all smile. This is not going to be torture, I hope. If you only saw what I see. But anyway, all right. So let's dive right in. This is your night to celebrate, and we have a lot of things we're going to celebrate, but I know you want to find out about these fabulous colors. Now, has anybody actually gone on the AI yet on your website? How many have done that?
I have.
Either raise your
I
hand.
did. And can I say one thing about the blushes, Kathy?
Yes, dear.
You're not going to sell them if you don't use them. You're not going to sell them if you don't have them to show. And Carrie Kalin has been wearing them on her lips.
Yep.
So show everyone the versatile versus how versatile they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. No, it's true. I've been doing the same thing. So again, these are great. And you know what? This is what's in cream blush, cream blush. So, all right. What time is it? 8:04. Okay. Meeting is over. Did you all get what you needed? I want to get some. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Diane, for laughing. Thank you. That was good. That was a sign of like, okay. Nancy, I got a smile out of you too. Look at you. I love it. Okay. All right. So enough fun because I like to have some fun, but we need to find out about these foundations. And none other, we're so lucky because we're blessed by having our good friend and Miss Talent herself, especially when it comes to makeup and color, but none other than official makeup artist to the stars in New York. That's us. Miss Sarah Maas Walker. Woo! So bring up Sarah and what she's going to give us the news and the lowdown on these on
Awesome. Yes, thank you guys so much. I feel absolutely privileged to be here. Um, and I am so excited for you guys to try out the new TimeWise 3D foundations. So, what I love about these new TimeWise 3D foundations, who loved the previous ones? Raise your hand. And if you did love it, put your shade in the chat. So Mary Kay really has set you up for success. So we're gonna share with you, and I'm gonna share with you a bunch of different resources, where to find them on Mary Kay in Touch, so you can empower yourself. You don't need to ask me where it came from. I'm going to show you live. You don't need to ask, how do I get this? And can you send this to me? Because it's all available at your fingertips, okay? I just have like a little slideshow presentation, but you can have this. It's at your fingertips on Mary Kay in Touch, okay? Just there's like a little prettification, okay, on it. So these are incredible. They have true to you benefits. I'm loving seeing all these colors in the chat. So they're true to you benefits. They are skin tone mimicking shades. We now have 36 shades. They come in two formulas, or two finishes rather. I want you to think of them more as finishes than formula. I mean, they are a formula, but think of the finish, because anyone can wear any finish. It just depends on what they want, how they prep their skin, so on and so forth. So there is an exclusive IntelliMatch technology that they use to capture the true tones of women across the world, with their 36 inclusive shades. Okay. They blend seamlessly into the skin, and they are a breathable. So even though it's a medium to full coverage, they're very breathable. They're not going to feel heavy on the skin depending on which tool you use. And they're just lightweight, they're comfortable, and they just feel like it feels like your skin is breathing. I have it on right now and it doesn't feel heavy at all. I applied it with a lighter tool, and we'll go over that as well. Um, and it glides on effortlessly. So especially when you have the proper base, this is the extension of our skincare line, right? So this is like the clothing for your face. Dermatologists have been finding that post-COVID, that they had more people with skin damage, and if they're not finding it just from the sun now, wearing your SPF. You need another layer of protection, that's clothing. And we don't want clothing to feel heavy like wool, right? We want it to be like a light linen. So that is something that you want, or like silk on your face. So that's something that you want to remember as well. It doesn't have to be heavy, especially with the proper base underneath. And you can build it up to full coverage. So if any of you that had customers in the past where they were like, I still need more coverage, put that in the chat. Maybe you need to add more concealer on it. Maybe they needed to add a tinted our silky setting powder on top to add more coverage. I want you guys to put that in the chat too, because they are going to be the first people you're going to reach out to. Okay, because this is it really is. It's such a full coverage foundation. So this is, if you have someone that loves their freckles to show through, you could alert them to the CC cream and the silky setting powder, or even how to apply this differently with one of our different tools, which I'll go over as well. It has all day wear, which is incredible. It has a new needle nose tip, and it's still fragrance free. It's still oil free, and it is suitable for all skin types. So again, matte wear, people that want a matte finish where it looks like a powdery, soft finish, not powdery like, all purpose flour. We want it to be powdery, like powdery, soft, silky. Or if they want that dewy glow, all skin types can use both ones. It's suitable for sensitive skin. It's dermatologist tested, and it's tested for irritancy and allergy. And like all of our products, it's non-comedogenic, which means it's not going to clog their pores. And I'm going to show you the incredible things. I'm going to tell you quickly about the benefits. I'm going to show you how to discover your undertone, how to help match, how to do it the way with an IntelliMatch, with AI technology. And I'm really going to break it down into colors and color theory, that I hope that this will give you a broader sense of understanding color in general, not just foundation skin tones, but also, makeup, like color, like, colors and undertones and stuff like that with warmth and coolness. So I'm gonna hoping that I do it justice. So I'm going to share my screen, and these are the 6 most important things that Mary Kay has said about our foundation. So for those of you that didn't review it, you're in luck. It is going to be shared for you now. Okay, so this is the new foundation. So they are saying, number 1, skinification cells. What even is skinification? Who read that and was like, okay, that must be a made up word? It's not. It actually is a beauty trend of applying active ingredients into other parts of the beauty routine that's traditionally used for skincare alone. So it's like putting active ingredients like anti-aging ingredients, brightening ingredients, whatever, into your body care, into your makeup, into different things that aren't traditionally in that. So that's what skinification is. So if you ever hear that, now you know. Okay. And again, this is all on Mary Kay in Touch. So you don't have to worry about writing it down unless you like to, apply the knowledge, just it brings it to memory. So one thing that they're saying is this foundation is still infused. For those of you that didn't know, the Time Wise 3D foundation back then was, and it still is now, infused with the Time Wise 3D complex. And a lot of people don't know what the Time Wise 3D complex is. But it's going to have resveratrol in it. That's your antioxidants. Think of grapes. Think of chocolate. Think of wine. All the yummy good things that are good antioxidants for your body. Then it has, that's what resveratrol is, vitamin B3. That's a brightener. So those of you that have heard of niacinamide, that's what vitamin B3 is. It's going to brighten your skin. So you see we're getting the ABCs of good skincare in your foundation as well. So it's antioxidant is your resveratrol, vitamin B3 is your brightener, your niacinamide, and then C is your collagen enhancing peptide. That's your age defying peptide that's in here. So the more that they wear this, the better their skin is going to be, okay? So it's not just putting on a mask trying to cover up or hide anything. We're really celebrating the skin that they're in to having their true match, okay? It's going to deliver coverage that's going to support healthier looking skin with that antioxidant protection, that resveratrol. And it's going to be framed at that last step in your skincare for easy upselling routines. So we shared there are 36 skin tone mimicking shades. They're easier to shade match because people are less likely to be in between shades. And they're a simplified shade naming approach. Now, some of you that are used to cool, neutral, and warm, you may have seen some of the undertones and some of the shade matching and thought this sounds cuckoo crazy bananas. But I am going to break it down for you to show you how it makes sense and why it's actually more comprehensive. When I saw this, and for those of you that don't know, I've actually worked on 3 or 4 different foundation brands for foundation campaigns for another beauty company. So what Mary Kay is doing now, we are finally just catching up, just so you know. And a lot of beauty brands, they change their formulations and improve them every 3 to 5 years. We're pretty far behind, actually. So I say this to encourage you to look to the future of what is to come, because I do think that there are going to be more revamps, unfortunately, but it is going to be for the better. It's gone are the days that we have a product for 38 years, unfortunately, but it's just because it's going to be, there's more innovative technology, better ingredients, and they really, if we are the #1 best-selling skincare and cosmetic brand on the market, we have to be ahead of the curve. We can't be behind. And honestly, before this launch, we were behind. Okay, so this is really great. It has the matte and luminous formula. Finish, which we love. It's a buildable coverage we talked about. It's lightweight, breathable, all the things. It's going to have that natural skin-like finish that lasts all day. And guess what? 87% of women tested this. They felt like their skin looked natural. And the other 13% were you just couldn't please them. Okay, the next thing is all shades we said are available in the matte finish and a luminous. So what is that? A matte finish is going to control shine for a smooth, natural look, that powdery, soft, powdery finish. And then that luminous look is going to be very hydrating, brightening for a radiant glow. So think really healthy, very juicy, very dewy, very lit from within is going to be our luminous finish. Then we have this new packaging. It's very important, like Kathy shared. It's going to be a better experience. So this is now matching our concealers and our under eye correctors that have launched with that same needle nose applicator, which is going to be less product waste. It's going to be more precision and no mess. Because I don't know about you guys, but if I didn't store my foundation right or just decided it was having a moody day, I took off the top and it would just ooze out. So, and then you're cleaning it up. So this is just so great. So you're saving product now. And it really is. It's just a professional upgraded user experience. So now the sixth thing on the six most important things to know, which I will share where this is on In Touch, no worries. We have a foundation finder that's going to provide confident matches in minutes, like Kathy was sharing, via your marykay.com website. Okay. So it is actually on your landing page. And if I forget to share this, remind me, where you can, it's going to have that AI technology where it's going to shade match you. Okay. We also have the handy shade conversion flyer, which is this right here. And then there are special edition samples, which are going to be a great resource for you to aid in shade matching and recommendations as well. For those of you that aren't getting the whole, full, comprehensive, full size. Okay. So that is that on the breakdown. So let me show you where a lot of this can be found. And I'm going to put this in right here. Key.com. Okay. Okay, so let me show you first where you could start matching people right away. So this is on your marykay.com website. It's right here on the home page. You guys, this is incredible. To get the lightness and the depth of in between these two skin tones is so beautiful. And what I love too is that if they want a matte one and a luminous one, you don't have to figure out what their shade is now. It's the same. It dries down the same, where in our previous formula, it was a little different. If you were 130 in one, it was a little different in the other. So this comprehensive across the board. Okay. So they could shop it right here. And let me see, hold on, let me just minimize this. And when you scroll down, this is showing all our new launched products. We'll talk about the complexion sponge. And right here, it says Foundation Finder, find your match. So click on that, scan, click, it's a match. You click find yours now, and then it's going to open up this right here. They'll have to click that they agree and then start. Look at the diversity. I just love this so much. And then you'll click start. It's going to ask you the questions similar to how our previous foundation quiz was, where it was, do you want a sheer coverage, light coverage, or a medium coverage? And depending on what they pick is dependent on what they're going to be matched with. So if they pick a sheer coverage, it's going to match them to a silky setting powder. If they put a light coverage, it's going to match them to a CC cream. And if you put a medium coverage, it's going to match them to the new Time Wise 3D foundations. So tell them, hey, I want to see how this works. Put medium. I'm doing a test, we'll give you some ideas how to incorporate this effortlessly into your life. So that is the foundation matcher, and it's going to give you a few different options. And there's even a part where it gives you a thumbs up and a thumbs down. If you don't like the color match, you could give it a thumbs down, because this is AI technology. AI, we train, so you're still in control. The more that you're telling it, this is not my correct match, the smarter that it gets. So it's human trained. So I want you to remember that as well, that you are in the driver's seat in this. We have to train it together. And also it does half the face too, so you could see the color match. So the best way to tell your clients how to utilize this is do it on their phone, pull up your marykay.com website, and actually, I encourage you guys to send it to them like the direct link. So marykay.com, mine is marykay.com/smaas, and I think it's actually Foundation Finder. don't quote me on that, but you know, pull it up for them on your website and text it to them so you're not giving them more work, because I will tell you, we are in a distracted society, and more than likely you will not get the match that you were hoping because they did not do it. They got distracted, and it probably wasn't by the pretty blush colors on there. They got a phone call and they got busy, or they got a text while they were looking around. So, and then the next thing they're going to do, they're going to agree. They're going to go buy natural window lighting and have it face them, and they're going to take the photo, and it's going to read a color match for them, okay? And now this, I feel like it's going to need some work. That's okay. We're going to all work through it together, but at least it's giving you a landing point. And let me show you where you're going to find as well, time-wise. Okay. Those 6 most important things are on Mary Kay's website. So when you go on Mary Kay in Touch, let me share. When you go on Mary Kay in Touch, it's on your home screen, but if it ever goes off, go to Education and Time-Wise 3D Foundations, and it's going to pull up this hub right here. This is your foundation hub. You could watch this class. It's from Career Conference. It's great. And then here are a few videos. Here are ways to use different coverage. I don't recommend the baking technique that they show here, but they have a lot of different things. So they're showing you everything from prep, meaning your foundation primer, under eye corrector, all the things, to set. These are the tools, and then these are the resources, okay? So this one right here, 6 most important things, that's what I just shared on the screen, but in slideshow form, almost verbatim. Okay, I really tried not to change. I only added what skinification is and pretty much kept it the same. Okay, so you could print this if you want. Next, this is the new product fact sheet. This is also on that foundation hub that I just showed you. This is the verbiage I just used as well. It shows true to you benefits, skin mimicking shades, our exclusive IntelliMatch technology, true tones, women around the world, to create our 36 inclusive shades. That wasn't from my brain. That was from Mary Kay, okay? So just know that you too can feel confident that you have the same tools that Sarah has at your fingertips, okay? So next, I'm going to show you, what else is here? Okay. So I want to go into my next part of it. Okay. So where are we? So first, matching. Now, if you're new, or if you're not new, and you know what your shade is, you put it in the chat. This is also found on Mary Kay in Touch and on that foundation hub, and it's the foundation shade conversion. So if you were beige W100, you're going to try medium 1, and it's light medium shade with neutral to undertones, okay? So this is a starting point. So this is for people that knew what their previous Time-Wise foundation shade was. This is for customers that you had that you knew their foundation shade. If you did not, you do not need to worry about this, okay? You'll just go to this next one, which is the face category shades. But before we dive into this, how are we even going to find any of that? Okay, we are going to find that. Firstly, find what your depth is. What's your depth? Are you light? Are you medium? Or are you deep? Light skin tone, that would be me. Medium would be Julie and Carrie. I don't see Carrie's face on here, but probably Carrie too. And deep would be our beautiful bronze girls on here, like Xiomara. Like, that's the only one that I see on camera. Junie, hi. Okay, I just saw her wave. Hi, girl. And we have Xenia. So we know that it used to be previously ivory, beige, bronze, but that's very archaic. We're doing light, medium, deep. Okay. And guess what? That's matching alongside of our concealers, light, medium, and deep. So there's cohesion there. Next, once you find what your depth is, your level, think of it even as your level. Where's the mute? Okay. Then you're going to find out. So first is always match the depth. Light, medium, deep. You don't need to be, use your eyeballs for this one. And you may flex in between too. A lot of light skin can actually go towards a lighter medium, and even medium skin could go towards a deep, but at least that's your starting point, okay? You could go lighter or darker. Next, you're going to match your undertone. And I'm hoping that these tools are going to be beneficial for you to start training your eye with color, period. Not just in foundations, but in color in general. So you're going to match your undertone. So now the undertones in the past just used to be largely how they used to label them as cool, warm, and neutral, right? But they find that there's more nuance to it, and it's cool, it's cool, warm, neutral, olive, and peach. Okay. And I have to tell you, when I first saw peach on a foundation campaign that I was on, I was like, peach, who is peach? I'll explain. So, and now I'm going to tell you how to find your base undertone. These are two different ways that are generalizations, okay? So these are the starting point rules, and there are always nuances to them, right? So for some of you, you may be able to start by looking at your vein color. You may be able to see that you could clear as day see that your veins are blue, purple. You very likely have a cool undertone, so start there. If you're like, nah, they look very green. I can see that they're green. You generally have a warm or an olive undertone. And then if you're like, I cannot tell, and some look blue, purple, some look green, you're probably a neutral. Okay? A neutral or a peach. So if you're looking at this, don't go crazy with it. It's just a starting point. Now, if that is something that complicates it for you, think, do I look good? And not just what you like. Do you look good? Meaning it's not overpowering you. There's like cohesion. Do I look good in silver jewelry? Or do I look good, so silver jewelry, or do I look good in gold jewelry? And if you look good in both, then you're probably a neutral, okay? Or peach. So now I'm going to show you. I'm excited. So I'm going to show you a color where it's the same color, but a different undertone of it, okay? So it's the same family, different undertone. And before I share this quickly, do you remember when you were a kid and you were coloring and all of a sudden you started with pink, and then you were like, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to add some yellow." And you're like, "Oh my gosh, that's like a little orange now, right?" You created like an orange based pink. Or you did red then yellow if you want to go with your primary colors, and then you're like, "Oh, I created orange. I didn't even mean to do that." That is where the undertones and different warmth and cool comes in, okay, from just mixing colors to a base. So this first one I'm going to show you is pink. So this in the middle is generally considered a neutral pink. It's not too warm and it's not too cool. But I want you to look over how I had shared. You added a little bit of yellow to it, right? You added that yellow crayon and it got a little warmer. This is still a pink. This is a little bit more of a coral, but this is still a pink. And I'll show you another version that I have over here. And then this one has more of a coolness to it. So it has a little bit more purple, has more of a blue. It leans a little bit more like lilac. So can you guys see that? Put yes in the chat if you can see that. So this is our starting point. It's neutral. And a lot of times if you're like, I cannot tell if it's cool or warm, start with neutral. Okay. And then you could generally see if it doesn't look right. So warmth is adding those yellows and oranges and goldy colors. Cool is adding blues and purples, okay? And I'm going to show you, okay. Now the color that I'm wearing right now, you may look at this and be like, no, this is a neutral. This is just a regular pink, right? Until I hold another pink up to it. Now what is it looking like? It looks more cool tone, and this looks more warm tone, right? If you could see that, put it in the chat. Yes. So this is looking more warm, which what did we say? Gold looks good with warm. And then cool looks good with cool tone. Okay. So Everyone is starting to get a good grasp on that. So cool tone, silver. Good. And if I put this with it, it competes. If I put silver with something that's warm, it's competing. If I put gold with something cool, it competes. So if you ever get dressed or you ever look at something, you're like, something is off. Even a lip color. My favorite lip color does not look right today. It's because you're wearing the wrong tone of it. So that's what I wanted to give you the base of, so that even when you're looking even at different pink lipsticks even that we have, you'll be able to see this one definitely looks a lot cooler. This one looks a lot warmer, okay? I'm going to give you another example, and then we're going to go into the shades itself. I'm going to give you a few more color examples to start training your eyes, just in case you never had that training, that you could be like, oh, okay, I could kind of get it, right? So let me show you yellow. So yellow, the one on this side, even if you couldn't tell this was cool, the one on this side, you could definitely tell there's more warmth to it, right? There's this a warm tone yellow. This is a cool tone yellow. The reason why I bring this one up is because they're going to see some things in our color chart that is going to feel like, well, what's a cool yellow? This is a cool yellow, okay? What's a warm yellow, or what's a warm pink? You know, so so is that, if you see that in the chat, say yes, I see that in the chat. Okay. And I'm going to show you two more just to kind of bring it a little bit, hoping it brings it home. We're going to go with green. Okay, good. So there's a lot of, is anyone having some light bulb moments that you thought, I never thought that there was really a difference between a cool, I just thought a color was a color, right? When it didn't have to do with foundation. Now, for instance, if we're looking at greens, let's just go here. This is a neutral green. This one right here, I feel like warms are easier to determine at first because it has that, you could tell that there's a yellow in it, right? You could tell that it's a lot warmer. And this one, it has some blue to it, right? So it would be like if you took this main color and added some blue to it, you would get this. If you took this main color, you added some yellow to it, you get this. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay, I'm seeing a lot. Yes, awesome. Okay, now let's get into the foundations. Let's get into the good stuff. We have to start to bring it back sometimes so that you can start training your eye then to see it in more subtle differences, such as foundations. Where's my foundation chart? Okay. So one thing that they also have here as well. Yay, I love seeing all the yeses. So Mary Kay also has this in the foundation hub. It's find your best foundation match, and they have it, which I'm so glad we did this. Was so necessary. And it's showing the different tones on skin, because you could see it on paper, but sometimes it's a little bit more nuanced, right? When it's on a skin tone. I mean, like on actual skin, actual flesh. So, all right, I'm not going to go into that one. Let's go back to this. Okay. So with neutral undertones, I'm going to share you. So we identified what your undertone is, right? Generally, you're going to start with a neutral, a warm, or a cool. And then we'll go into the olive and the peach. So right here, if you just say that you said, I'm here, I found that my depth, that was that I'm light. So you could start with light neutral, light 1, which is light with neutral undertones. You could have that you are light 5, light with neutral undertones. And you see how I'm not immediately going up to the next one? So the thing with this is that you need to look at, it's not a numbers game where it's just all of a sudden you go up one shade. It's you go up to the next undertone. Does that make sense? So when you go to the next undertone, if I was to say I'm in light neutral and I go to a cool tone, it's going to look crazy on me. I have to find, if I get a little bit darker in the summer, I have to go to find what the next neutral is. The next true neutral is light 5, but maybe I have some yellow in my skin. This makes sense to my brain because some people are neutral and maybe they have a lot of pink in their skin. So they would be like a neutral, a cool, I'm I'm sorry. They would be a neutral. Well, I'll go with yellow since this is right here because I'm trying to find it on here. A neutral yellow, you could be neutral, but you're not super yellow. You're not super warm, but you have more, you're adding just a little bit of that yellow crayon in there. So you have that base color, neutral is base, and then you add a little bit of yellow. It's not yellow, yellow. You're adding a little bit of yellow. You're adding a little bit of warmth to it. So that's what yellow is. It's adding a little bit of warmth. You're not too warm. So believe it or not, I am a very classic neutral. However, I can fall in a neutral yellow category. That suits me a lot better than a neutral pink category or a neutral rosy category because I have rosacea and I don't want to match the rosacea. I don't have rosacea in my chest. Just have rosacea in my cheeks. So that's another thing that you want to pay attention to also. So the next one, cool rosy. And I'm not going to go through all of these, so don't worry.
Sarah, just hang on one
Yeah.
second. Somebody's asking, because yeah, it's kind of is asking, what's the difference between the light 3 and 4 since it basically says the same thing?
Yeah, so I'm going to show you. So this is where the difference between light 3 and 4, according to this chart. Now this would be a little bit darker. So light 3 would be the lighter version of the neutral yellow, and light 4 would be the darker version of the neutral yellow. My eye here is telling me that the light 3, though, has a little bit more yellow in it, though, than the light 4. Do you guys see that? It looks like the light 4 even has a little bit of pink in it is what my eye is telling me. But so is that making sense as we're uncovering kind of the basics? Okay. So, and that's the thing is some of the colors will stack. And with lighter skin, you do have where you have some of the same base, like, all right, hold on. Cool. Okay. So light 2, cool rosy, just say you have a pink undertone. The next one, if you were to put neutral yellow on someone that has a cool undertone, they're going to look jaundice. It's not going to look right at all. So where is the next pink or cool undertone? We go, it's not 4, not 5, definitely not 6. It's 7. So it may seem counterintuitive to go from light 2 to light 7. That's going to be so dark. It's not. It's going to be the next best thing for that undertone. Okay. So let's go in the mediums. Let's go with, actually, let me bring up this one these two throw people for a loop. Cool olive and cool ash. So cool olive is, how can you be warm and cool? Well, just how I was showing you those green colors, you can have a green that's more cool tone, right? So that's it. That's what the olive. The olive doesn't always mean just warm if you have a coolness to it. So olive can be where it has some people, it's more like Mediterranean, you'll see that's olive. A lot of the Latina community is more warm. So they have more of like a yellow undertone. And this is generalization. So don't think, well, this is what you're supposed to be. It's just a starting point, okay? We're all have unique shades. And okay, and cool ash. So does that make sense about the cool olive? Do I need to bring up that green again? The green, all right, let me bring this up again. A cool olive. So that would be more like in these kind of undertones, or even something here. This would be a warm olive. Okay. Olive isn't just the color of the thing that you eat, right? There are multiple different shades to it. And cool ash. So you may be thinking cool ash, that sounds horrible. Cool ash is actually, it's like, think of it as a muted pink. So your base is the cool. So your base is either cool, neutral, your undertone rather, is either cool, neutral, warm, olive, peach. Olive and peach are much more rare. That's why I'm focusing on cool, warm, neutral. And then there are a few olive and peach. But with the cool ash, that is someone that has a cool tone. So that's our starting point. Cool, more bluish, icy. This is cool, right? Ash is a muted version of it. So it's not overly pink. It's not like they're putting on a sunburnt color on their face. It has a pink undertone, but so it's not overly rosy. It's not overly pink. So think of even blonde hair. And I'm saying that because I have blonde hair and I feel like it's easier to identify. When your hair is a warm golden blonde, that has more warmth to it, right? And it's more golds. But if you lean a little bit more cool, a little bit cooler, that's going to be a little bit ashier, like where it can almost look like, yeah, Julie's going like this, where yeah, it has like even my natural color is growing in more like an ash blonde. Okay. And it doesn't mean anything like it's a bad color. It just means it's more muted. It doesn't have a lot of warmth to it. It doesn't have a lot of brassiness to it. Okay. How are you going to be swatching? So for those of you, did you need to share something?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was
Oh,
going to ask you, can you come down to where you get more into the deeper tones
yes.
with
Yeah.
the undertone?
So
Because yeah.
I love. Yes, yes, yes. So, and this is where swatching comes in too, because it's different for light, medium, and deep. So with light medium, you generally swatch here on the side of your face, and you want to make sure that you let it dry. And for deep skin tone, you're going to swatch here as well. However, with deep skin tone, there's a lot of different colors in the face often, or a lot of different tones. So you want to swatch on different parts. You could swatch here on the jawline, like the cheek to the jawline here, swatch a little bit on the chest, and then you can also swatch depth on the forehead. This is predominantly for deep skin tones, okay? So light medium skin tones, you're more so gonna swatch here, and you could swatch on the chest, but for deeper skin tones, sometimes there's a little bit of discoloration. There's a lot more depth on the forehead. So we want to make sure that we're bringing harmony. You don't have to wear 3 different foundation shades. We just want to bring harmony and see what looks best in all the different spots together so that you could bring cohesion to it. So let's go with deep now. The deep, guys, there are 15 shades in the deep range now. It is incredible. It's so beautiful. These, I personally don't think gives it justice because it really does have a lot of depth to it. I feel like they look very light online, but they are a lot deeper. So I know we had matched some women that were on here already, and they had matched to a deep 8, I think June, no, deep 7 was Junie. She has a lot of warmth in her skin. And then Geraldine, you were a deep 10. The reason why I'm calling them out is just because if you see that, I know they both have their camera on. If you see their skin, that you could see, okay, with Junie, she has a lot of warmth to her skin, a lot of golden, very gold probably looks incredible on her, right? But then if you look at Geraldine, too, with the warm rosy, she also has some warmth to her skin, but there's a little bit more of a pink to it as well. It has more of like that redness to the skin. So this has more like orange yellow undertones, and this one has a little bit more red undertones. Okay. Then we have those that have a deep cool olive. So they have a cooler undertone, and then they have a little bit of a green base to it. And these are all, I don't know how to say, I mean, I just see such beauty in all of these shades. I just get so excited about it. Okay,
Now,
let's go with the deeper one.
so
Yes.
let me ask you a question now. How do they get this chart? What would be the best way to have a chart like this in color?
Yes. So Mary Kay has an incredible tool. I mean, we are partnered with. So first of all, you're going to get it here on the Foundation Hub, and it's going to be right here, Foundation's range and category chart. Okay. And that's going to show you your CC cream, silky setting powder, concealers, under eye corrector. Okay. Now you would go to business tools. Please, Lord, let this be. Yes. Business tools, approved vendors, and you could get it printed at FedEx. You could apply. We have that you get a fantastic discount. So you could get this printed for less than $1. Or if you don't have a local FedEx, you could go through ODP. It used to be Office Depot. Oh yeah, Office Depot Business Solutions. You could go through them and they will mail it to you for free. It just takes a few days, okay? So these are both really great options. It'll be less than $1. I recommend even adding in lamination. That'll probably bring it over $1. But this is some, or you could even put it, because ours is from the company. I put mine in a page protector. I didn't laminate it. But if you were having it, you could put it in a page protector or you could get it laminated. Yes, because all printers print differently. I printed it at home and I have a great printer. I have a really great printer. Even mine printed when I put them lined up, the lights were so much deeper than what they were, according to what this was. So get it printed professionally. This one's printed professionally through Mary Kay. The directors had gotten it. That's why I'm saying it. So if I was getting it printed elsewhere, go to FedEx or Office Depot in our business tools approved vendors. Okay.
Good.
Now, okay. So now, okay. Yes. Now, let me tell you briefly about our tools, and we could go into some more of the shades if you'd like as well. If you guys, if any of you guys feel like you need to ask a question about one of them, feel free to pull it out while I'm talking about the tools. So this was our old blending sponge. I hated it. Garbage. I hate this. I never used it. It's so hard. This is like beating your face with a brick. I mean, you had to like wet it, yes, and then you got like a sweet spot. Look at this. Look at this. She's squishy, she's bouncy, she's perfection. So I'm going to start with this because personally, even if you love a brush, you need a complexion sponge in your life. And I'm going to tell you why and how. There, you guys are, I'll just go briefly over the brushes. We have the foundation brush, which has, it's going to give you a light to medium coverage. And then we have the blending brush that is going to give you a fuller coverage. So let me pull that up for you. For those of you that may be new and maybe you don't know what those brushes look like. This is the liquid foundation brush. It's angled. It's much less dense, so it's more flexible. Therefore, it's going to bring the product along in a lighter coverage. And then the blending brush is going to give you a much fuller coverage because it has those densely packed bristles. And I would love to see someone using the blending brush with this foundation. Personally, I think it'd be insanity. Your face would look like a mannequin head. So if that's what you're going for, where you look completely disconnected, go for it. But if you were to do either of these, I would encourage you to use your complexion sponge over top. So what you do is you wet this. So you're going to put it under the water and start squeezing out, squeezing out, squeezing out. I even take a paper towel and I squeeze it like this so I'm not getting any, because if you apply it where it's really wet to your face, there can be separation, and it wasn't a foundation problem, it was user error. So you want to squeeze it out like that, and then once you feel that it's damp, you're going to go over your foundation because now it's going to blend into any nooks and crannies. It's going to blur the pores. If maybe, you didn't, it's going to blur the pores, and it's going to remove excess foundation. It's going to make everything look much more seamless, okay? So this side you could use for foundation, as I did today. Bounce it all around. And this is not wet right now. So you're going to use this to bounce it in just like that. That's how you do it. You're not swiping. You're just bouncing. If you want to use the concealer, beautiful point. Look at the difference between these two. This is like getting a bullet in. I felt like I was poking my eye out. This, you could squeeze it into the parts that you want to get. Okay. That one you couldn't. And then this you could use for powder. So this flat edge right here, you could use for powder, or if you're really just wanting to like blot any excess like shine off your skin when you're doing it. Okay. Fantastic. Everybody needs this. You need to wash it every single day. So I just used that today. I wash it the next morning with Dawn soap or whatever you want, and make sure that all the color comes off, because that will preserve how long you have it. That will also, it's not going to have any leftover bacteria from just sitting out. This is a must in everyone's routine. And also, if you try the medium full coverage foundation, the Time Wise 3D, and you're thinking, this is a little full for my liking, even just using a brush, I encourage you to put it on the back of your hands, apply it with this. I like to apply with my fingers, but if you really want a lighter coverage, this is what I did today. So you could still see a little bit of my redness peeking through with the medium full coverage foundation. And this is you're going to pat it into your skin. That's going to give you an even lighter coverage so that you're still getting those flawless benefits of the new foundations, but you're getting a lighter coverage of it. Okay. So everyone needs, right? Everybody needs one of these in their life. These are just a non-negotiable. They're fantastic. What else? When you are swatching, so you'll be swatching here, swatch to, because if you're blending it in right away, you can't see every color. I mean, most colors can end up looking like they're a great match. So I want you to do a swatch here, a swatch here, a swatch there. If you need to do 3 different swatches, deeper skin and even medium skin, swatch your chest. And deep skin also definitely swatch your chest. But you may also need to swatch your forehead, okay? Because we want to make sure that there's harmony with your color. And lastly, wait till it dries down. So you're going to swatch it, have a conversation, do a referral game, try the lip and cheek, or tell them about the beauty for a cost. Tell them, distract them. It doesn't matter because these dry down to a different color. They start to settle as they dry to air, your pH, they start to develop. Okay. So when you put it on, I'm going to show you right now quickly, and then we'll go on to what questions or whatever. The color that I just put on right here, that is that color right there. Okay. So you have to use a few. If you could always start with that IntelliMatch technology, start there. Try a few different ones, and everyone can use every different shade. If everyone every different finish. If someone has really dry skin and they want to use the matte because they like that flat matte finish, they just depends on how they prep their skin. They need to prep their skin with like the HA plus ceramide. They need to prep with the Barrier Restore cream so that they'll get a more mattified finish without dehydrating the skin. And same thing if someone's oily, use a mattifying moisturizer, and then put on the luminous foundation on top. So they're extremely flexible depending how you set it, how you prep it. And yeah, we're getting to time. So
Yep, yep.
I just wanted to, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, fantastic. We're going to move really quickly along. So if you have some really like pressing questions, put them in the chat so that we can address them. You can, for those that need to leave right at 9 o'clock, in case we're over, we will address yours. Okay. So, yeah, Carrie, so what do you have to say? Let me take her. Sarah was great. Hang on a second.
Sarah was excellent. Thank you so much, Sarah. That was awesome. I loved it. Okay, well, guess what? Next month, we're going to be doing this same type of program, only we track every month 1,200 in retail sales. We track 8 faces. Let me just bring it up. But it's important that we track our success. Okay. So we have 1,200 in sales, 8 faces, 5 interviews, and 4 skincare sets sold. So next month, really take the time to track yourself and see what you're doing because a track number grows. And when you can do it one month, you can do it the next month. And that's what's so exciting because again, no matter where you are in the business, we're always tracking our numbers so we can be the best version of success to show up for ourselves. So I want to congratulate Stephanie Chiappetta, who had $1,279 in retail sales in the month of April. Yay, Stephanie! Woo, woo, woo! Now, Stephanie, do you want to just unmute and give one quick tip?
A quick tip. Follow up, follow up, follow up.
That's good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Carrie,
And you know what, Stephanie, you are truly, she is constantly in touch with her customers. She's not afraid to call them. She tells them about the virtual programs and she lets them make their own decisions. She doesn't worry about following up. They've become her friends. She's developed incredible friendships with her customers over the years she's been in Mary Kay. Wouldn't you agree, Steph?
The first two people who came to visit me in South Carolina were two of my clients. They were just, yeah, you know, I love them and they love me, so that's a good thing.
okay. Carrie, don't forget to talk about the challenge, and I'm going to leave with a strategy for everyone. So just so you know.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Mary Kay launched the foundation challenge for this month. And basically, it is selling 10 foundations within the month. So, really, when you order 10 foundations, you've met the challenge. And we are launching that to you. And we are going to recognize whoever has the most foundations sold this month. And next month on our Celebrate the Climb program. So please, from the beginning of May, start tracking everybody that you have foundation matched. And I love this because I did two people last week, and one was a beige W100, and they coordinated to the medium one. And the other one was the beige N210, and they were the deep 10. And that was what the conversion chart said. So I love seeing that when it works out perfectly. So start tracking the people that you are sharing the foundation with. And ladies, this is the best booking tool we could have right now, is to get in front of the people and just practice, 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 because it's practice that that's how you make progress in this area. This is how you learn it. It's, and the more faces you do, the easier it becomes and the more confident you become. Okay,
Sarah,
Cal.
can I ask you a question? Because I'm
Yes.
finding that when you match the foundations, because we have so many now and you're in the right range, that a woman could be one of three shades. So I'm finding that if you're matching them and they're looking and we're looking and even getting out a magnifying glass, they're like, well, I can't tell a difference. And that's what I'm finding. So I just to give everyone a little bit of comfort, that I feel like you're making mistakes on matching is going to be a lot less now, because we've got so many more shades in that range on either side of what you think they are, that once they adjust, they could pick any of them and they will be okay. One might be a little light, but maybe she likes that. Maybe she wants to look a little lighter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just what I'm finding.
Yes, no, that's completely true. And the question that I then ask when that happens is, well, which one do you like better? And that's too, is when we've put it on the chest to see which looks better as well. And there are some, I have a feeling I know which colors you're talking about because I had the same issue in the mediums. Came across some of the same things, but so it's asking, do you want to look a little bit warmer? Do you want to look a little bit more neutralized, like you don't have a lot of color in your skin? So, and I actually want to add on to that because someone had said that back in the day they had where if you were pink tone, you were wearing yellow foundation to correct it and all that. But foundations have come so far because back then the colors were not as comprehensive and they weren't. Now they're mimicking skin tones much better. Like they're not that deep pink undertone. It has like a touch. Like how I was saying, you're mixing the colors together. It's like, oh, it's a cool rosy, it's a cool yellow. You're like, what does that mean? That's what that means. So for someone that may have a lot of redness in their skin, don't match. Like if they have rosacea, don't match that, because if the rest of their body is, that, and I will say this because Dawn and I laugh about this all the time. I was matched as a pink undertone my entire life by my beauty consultant, but it was because I had rosacea, but it always looked crazy on my neck and my chest because I was not pink anywhere else. It was my rosacea. So that's why I encourage you match in other places too. And if someone truly does have a pink undertone that they want to neutralize, colors to look for would be something like that cool ash, even like light 7. If you look at it even on the shade chart, it's not like a bold pink. It's like very muted color. So light 7, medium 5, medium 11. And I'm not going up to deeps because they don't have that excess redness in their skin that they need to neutralize. So that really is for light and medium skin tones. Yes. So, and I'm going to show the tracker. So the challenge that Carrie was just sharing, it can be found. This is going to be on your homepage. It's going to say True to Me Challenge. And when you scroll down, there's a True to Me tracking sheet. You're going to click download. And for those of you, I don't know if you guys have tried to print from here and it prints all this stuff on the side. You have to click download again. That will actually just print this. It's not going to give you all the headers and all that. So this is tracking to 30, right what their shade is, if you got a sale. And this could even help you build your full-size demos to see what is my clientele's most match shade, right? And this is what Carrie was talking about, to have this. It's encouraging you halfway to keep going. Congrats, 30 matched. But 10 of them, when you have 10 check marks, we're going to celebrate you. I mean, we celebrate you, of course, but and I think that is it.
And Kathy, I just got another total for April from Nancy Bales, had 2,039 for the month of April. So yay, Nancy. Woo! Okay, it's important to get the tracking sheets to me early.
Yes.
Okay, let me just go in because I know we're over and I know I like to be respectful of people's time. This is also on the Mary Kay In Touch. And I am so excited because, guys, I don't know if you know, we are in a trust recession right now. People don't trust anything or anyone anymore. And I love this because Mary Kay is all about relationships. This little tool here, I call it the flawless face, because your skincare is your first appointment. This is your second appointment. Now, the second appointment was color. We're not even talking about color. We're talking about this. Now, I want you to think about this. For any of you, if you ever go on any of these groups of women that are in their 40s, 50s, and beyond, what are some of the questions it's always the same questions they're asking. Does anybody have a foundation that you're using? I can't get something it's always about skin and foundation. And I'm excited because I always believe that when you get together with somebody one time, it's like going out on a date. Are you going to marry the guy after one date? I mean, the odds are what? Not so much.
We hope not.
Well, you might, but anyway. Now, when you see the guy the second time, or the girl, whatever, you're now starting to get to know him a little better. So you're starting to make a formula. Well, that's kind of that second appointment is the key to the consistency and the depth of your business. And this, to me, I'm excited because this is your second class. We all know CC cream is real easy, right? And we do that when we do our skincare. But now we're talking about matching up their foundation. They're not going anywhere when you get the right color. Do you agree? And they can use their CC as a primer, whatever. And I'm not going to get into all that stuff. But I'm just saying, I'm excited about this because we are problem solvers. And that's what we do. We really want to find out what is it that's bothering this woman. And usually they want to conceal things. Well, let's first talk about the skincare that they might not even need to do that much concealing. But then we have this second thing, which again, so what does that mean to you guys? Well, there's a lot of things you can do. You can grab any chart that Mary Kay has or not. And you could say, I'm in a challenge. I just need a face. Everybody, your husband, the dog, the neighbor, I don't care. Match them, try to match them, because again, Carrie said it, Sarah said it, Julie said it. You're not going to get confidence in this until you play enough times. That's it. This is not something that, well, I got to learn more. No, you got to get in there and start doing it. And when you do, you're going to start building more confidence and it becomes more fun. And when you make a woman look fabulous, and let me tell you, I've been doing, I think I've done now 9 or 10 faces. Everyone has bought the foundation and then, of course, all the extra stuff. But the glow and they're like, I had a woman just bought her regular foundation like not a month ago. And she says, I really am not going to buy the foundation, you know, and this is before I matched her. I says, I know, but you're here. I want to match you so we know. Well, sure enough, she's like, give me that foundation. I got to have this foundation. It looks so good. I can't believe how good I look. So anyway, make a list of everybody. Take the time. This is the best generating of leads and calendaring people, whatever you want to say. But this is your tool. So my question to you, how many of you are excited and how many of you are nervous? Okay, which? Excited and nervous or both?
Put a 1 in the chat if you're excited, a 2 in the chat if you're nervous, a 12 if you're both.
Or raise your hand if you're excited, or do a thumbs down if you're nervous.
Okay, I see a lot of waving. Okay. Well,
Good.
excited, it doesn't matter.
Oh no, Samira,
Oh, I'm not-
we're gonna help you.
12? Oh my God. Okay. But you know what? You got to do it afraid.
Yeah.
You really got to do it afraid. That's the bottom line, guys. It's the, you know, feel the fear and do it anyway. That was one of the first books they told me to read when I came into Mary Kay. You are not meant to be comfortable. You're learning. You're learning, and you cannot learn this without doing it. You
Mm.
can't. There's no way. So,
Yeah.
and you are going to miss such a big part of making people look and feel good, and they will trust you forever. And that's the big thing that you need now. People to trust. This is what we do. So, short and sweet. Go
Love it.
make everybody look beautiful. And I'm going to just share a little quick video. Does anybody have any quick questions while I share a video? Because I didn't do it before.
Kathy, I was going to
wanna
say
say-
the prep to, oh, sorry, the prep to set that you shared before.
Yeah.
It's under business tools, summer toolkit, and scroll down. It's called Time-Wise 3D Foundation and Flawless Face. It doesn't look like what she shared. It has a picture of 4 women on it. Just so, because I was like, oh, they don't have access to it. You do. Sorry, Carrie.
I was just going to say your job is to be the expert, and the only way you become the expert is by getting in front of the people. So your job this month is to see the people just to practice. And I'll tell you, when you put it on them, they fall in love.
Yep.
It's that
Mhm.
simple.
Okay. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
It's so long.
24 hours in a day, your success is dependent upon how you use the 24. You got to hear me. People talk about Oprah Winfrey, you know, Ted Turner, Warren Buffett. Listen to me. I don't care how much money you make. You only get 24 hours in a day. And the difference between Oprah and the person that's broke is Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely. That's it. Listen to me. That's it. You get 24. I don't care if you broke, you grew up broke. I don't care if you grew up rich. I don't care if you're in college, you're not in college. You only get 24 hours. And I blew up literally. I went from being a high school dropout to selling 6,000 books in less than 6 months. What happened? My 24 hours. I was like, okay, Eric, you got to get a grip on your 24 hours because you're about to be broke for the rest of your life. And that's all I need you to do for me. I can tell you all about your life if you just write down your 24-hour schedule for me and you let me look at it. I can tell you where you're going to be in 5 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 10 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 20 years if you keep that schedule.
This is how, oh, geez, oh, we want that. So where are you going to be? What are you going to do in the next 24 hours? Because it will determine your success in this business for sure. So thank you, Sarah. That was amazing. And again, guys, this is going to be ongoing. You're learning kind of thing. It's you can't absorb everything all in one thing. So again, thank you for your expertise. We so appreciate you. I hope, did you enjoy, Sarah?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just going to ask
Sarah did a great job.
one thing that I didn't get to ask in this. Okay. If you had such an outstanding week that you like, I can't get off here until I share what I had this and what I did and how it made me feel or how it made somebody else feel. If you have that, who would like to share? Because I don't want you to go to bed without sharing with all of us and blessing us. And then we can appreciate you. Anybody? Come on, now you're gonna all get shy on me, huh? Nobody did anything last week? You all went on vacation for Mother's Day? You took the week off? Was it Mother's Day last week? Yeah, it was Mother's Day, right? No, nothing. Ah. All right, well, I know it's gonna be different next week, is it not? Yeah. Monique, you did something you could have shared, Monique. You know, here's the thing. I want to just say this to everybody. Sometimes we think, we have a standard and, it's never enough or it's not what I wanted it to be, so we don't share with people. But you have to understand everything helps another person. Everything that because you might make somebody else feel like, oh my gosh, I could do that. So don't ever feel like, well, okay, I see people putting in the chat here. Look, see there. 272 week, very nice. Put in the chat if you had at least well, we always say a star week, 300. 300 should be everybody's minimum. Anybody have a star week, at least 300? That's still on here. Put it in the chat. Nobody? Okay. All right. Well, next week, I hope. Oh, there we go. There's a 395, Diane. Excellent. And a hello. 330, Nancy Bale, and 380, Nancy Klimpel. Am I saying it right? I'm sorry if I'm. And Monique, 300. See? Nice. These are all star weeks. Congratulations, all of you. Guys, that should be your minimum in this day and age. That thing that I just showed you with prep in the face, if you just did that with the concealer, the primer, the finishing spray, I would love to go over all of this. This is like $160 something. But we forgot to show the bundle things, but that's okay. Lot to do in an hour. But seriously, I mean, to have a $300 week, hello, anybody out there selling products, sharing? What are you doing out there? I want to know. What are you doing? Everybody's going to Sephora and we're sleeping on the job. Come on, girls. Seriously. I'm being serious because this is something, everybody loves to go to Ulta and Sephora. And meanwhile, they're going, Mary Kay, are they still around? Well, whose fault is that? We have a responsibility. I don't care if you're a personal use consultant. You still need to tell somebody what you use. Come out of the closet and share. $500 a week. Awesome. 415. You missed the counting. Okay. Excellent. Shantae. Excellent. 200. There you go. See?
Kathy.
Sharon. I hear my name.
Also, the
Yeah.
people in Sephora. So I also helped train some employees. Oh, I don't know what I just did. I helped train some employees with another brand for their foundation line. They are not well trained. Some of them are, but I have to tell you, I've gone to professional makeup shows, trade shows, in the city where you have all of the different brands from Sephora there. I've had them, they've all matched me as a different foundation shade. One would match me super light, another was super, and I would tell them, this is not my shade. This is not, yes, it is here, and it's free. Go home with it. I'm like, this is not my shade. This is not my shade. This is not my shade. And they'll just tell you it's your shade. And so what Kathy is saying is so valid. When I went into Sephora, I'd be training them, some employees. I'm like, oh, go ahead, match me. I'm like, that's not gonna be my foundation shade. That's not my color. They would put it on and I'll be like, nope, lower, lower, or higher, higher. Like, so really, truly, thank you guys for pouring into yourselves by taking this time to learn. And then the way that they say knowledge is power, that's not the case. It's applied knowledge is power. So whether you're doing it with the AI, a technology match, the foundation match, in the meantime, while you're waiting for things to come in, but really start like all the directors here said, start applying it. See where you need a little bit more help. Maybe if you need more complexion with deep skin tones, work with deeper. Do a foundation campaign. And Mary Kay also has on that foundation hub the True to You Match Challenge. They have an adorable postcard-like size invite too, where you could have a hostess party. So that goes along with what Kathy was sharing about it being your second appointment. So, and how many times too do you have a party? You have an appointment and then they invite all the same people to the second one anyway, right? So have all those same people come to the second one from the prep to set. So I think that was really valuable because she knows what she's talking about. I'm telling you. You guys are needed. All that to say, you are needed. You are necessary. So, but don't just pass this by and think, well, I'm a beauty consultant and I don't need to learn. No, you need to learn and do this even better than they do. Because they get some training. They get a quick training on it, and that's it. They're on to the next thing. You now have this recorded too. Watch, play, match, go through all the Foundation Hub resources on Mary Kay in Touch. And also, if you aren't on Facebook in My Mary Kay, that's the consultant only Facebook group for Mary Kay. So there's Mary Kay, that's everyone could join it. But then there's My Mary Kay, and that they have incredible tools, which are also found on Mary Kay in Touch, but you could share the ones that are on Facebook to your clients, okay? So just be smart, work smart, not hard, but working is the key word.
Yeah, baby. All right. Go get them, girls. Have a great week. Thanks again, everybody. It's all about the base.